In this session we're going to look at creditors' payments. Here it will allow us to choose a creditor. We can choose a date, we can specify a reference, and then enter an amount. Just want to show you, before we continue with the creditor's payment option, you will also be able to process a creditor's payment under single journals, where you can change a transaction type to PM, or you can process a creditor's payment under the batch journal option as well, whereas you've just got to remember to change the code to PM. Both of these options have obviously got its advantages, but you have less margin for error when you use the creditor's payment option, because here you don't have to worry that you're going to choose the wrong transaction type. The default ledger is going to be used, the default ledger will be used the same as your default ledger for your transaction type payment, which is normally the bank account unless otherwise specified there. But let me show you what to do here. So you decide who are you going to pay. I'm going to pay my XYZ creditor. You specify the date that you're going to make the payment on. You specify your reference. You can have a second narrative reference if you wanted to, and then you specify the sum of. In other words, I'm going to pay 4,500 rand to this specific creditor. Here you can quickly go to your account maintenance. You can view the detail of the specific creditor. And once you've entered all your information, you can click on Pay. But before we go to the Pay option, just remember that for every debit transaction, when we work with creditors, you have to allocate. So for payments and credit notes, when you work with creditors, you will have to allocate those transactions. I will explain how to allocate in the next session. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on Pay. You now specify how you're going to pay this creditor. I'm going to go to More, and I'm going to say it's a bank transfer, and I press Enter and Enter again, and this is the allocation screen. I'm now going to conclude the session and explain how to allocate in the next session.